Hello, good evening and welcome. Sunday night is here again. Feels a long while since I've been here, but I think that's because I didn't go live on Wednesday. So yeah, we've just gone 8 o'clock. I'm going to be featuring tonight one that I did kind of highlight just very briefly. There you go, that's just telling me I'm live. Should be in the right place. Go. I've touched on very briefly with last Sunday's card, I think. So I'm going to use the other set that is going with that collection. So let me get you down onto the table here, and I'm just going to move you across. There we go. So this was a card that I did last week, little note card. Love it to bits. I love these ovals, layering ovals, all sorts of decorative edges on there. Went through those last week, so I won't repeat that. Got the little envelope in there as well. So that one's a lovely little card. Now, the Fitting Florets collection. Hi, lovely to see you, ladies. Fitting Florets collection is not only just the frame florets that's going to be in the new spring summer catalogue, but it's also featuring the framed ones here. Now with those ovals, I just think that some of these greetings just look absolutely gorgeous. They just fit so well. So I thought, right, I've got to try it with the Christmas this week. So I'm basing my card tonight on one that I did. I'm going to show you, excuse me, a bit froggy tonight. I have got my water over there. I'm going to just show you a card first of all that I did. Now this one I was watching I think it was a training session by Rhonda Wade. She's over in America, and I loved the layout of this card. Okay, so what I thought I would do is use the same kind of layout with I haven't got my colouring mediums, but hey, we'll sort that out. And to use it with a Christmas theme to it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do today. So I had got some bits out. So I'm going to be trying to use the same papers that I did last time. I have two choices. I'm just going to find something a little bit festive that might be able to be cut out as leaves. See, this one's quite nice. You can colour those in maybe, or just keep the mistletoe as it is. It might even be that one. I've been through these before with you, so I don't want to run through again, but you can see me just flicking through, trying to find leaves to cut. That's the same one. Yeah, we'll stick with that one then. Okay, so last time I shared with you some other papers. This one here is from the Special Splendid Day Designer Series papers. You remembered to watch. Well done, Marilyn. This is actually one of the cards I think you did last week, Marilyn. But what I was going to do is use a different colour out of there. So I've got, this choice was one of them, or I was going to go to the reds and use some of the foiled, these are the festive foils. But then I'd need to get some more poinsettia type stamps out, and I thought I like this one, so I'm going to go with this. So this is a piece out of that same Splendid Day papers. So if we take all of those out of the way for now, I'm going to do my traditional start with a base card. Okay, and I'm going to go this way. So no, I'll go this way today. Hi Claire, nice to see you. Been a busy day today. We've had a crafternoon, my first crafternoon tea here at the studio, and we might even have some of the ladies join. It was a really nice day. It was lovely. So I've taken these two cards and cut those in half. Get rid of one. I don't know. I need 1/2. And with the valley fold going downwards, I'm just going to score that. And there's my card ready to go. So this one wants to be that little bit smaller, so I'm going to do this as a layer. So just about 1/2 centimetre smaller all the way around, or 1/4 inch if you're in the States. So 14.3 on here by 10 in the metric. We were talking measurements today, and the centimetres being sort of the point this and point that. We did have a really nice time. Some of the ladies were on here. Two of them were brand new ladies, never stamped before, and they did a fantastic job. So this is going to be my layer on here. Then I made some kits up for the class last week, which Marilyn came to, and I did it in the Sahara Sand, which was here. But I also, one of the other papers in there was actually the Calypso Coral one. So this one here. So I've done some cards up, splitting the papers between them. So I'm going to pinch some of the layers out there that have already been cut. So we'll use those basic white ones. This is to stamp my images on. I'm going to cut some of those leaves out, I think. So I need to cut this frame next. I'm going to take the piece of vellum. I've already cut those to size. So that's already in there. So I'm going to have that piece of vellum on there. Again, just coming in a little margin from the outside there. We'll go through that one in a sec. So I need to have the frame. I have my big shot here. And we need the frame from the other set, the Framed Florets. I picked up one that's already cut out in white. That won't really do, will it? So these are the dies. If you didn't see me last week, these are the dies that go with that set. Okay, so you can see those there. That card's just going to come out of your way. So I'm confusing you a little bit. Okay, so this is the one that I want to use. And when I used this last, I didn't do a very good job of cleaning it. Look, just a little tip. All these little pieces are filled in. Now, that won't cut properly if we leave those in there. So we need to get rid of those. So just run my little brush over. My brush is getting a little bit old. He's been worked a bit too hard. So I think I need my pointy tool. It's really glued in there, quite heavy. So if I just poke those out, they are flying out there quite quickly. So I maybe need to run a piece of greaseproof paper, not greaseproof, wax paper through here next time I use it. And that will just help the wax side going towards the die cut. If these are filled in, it kind of makes the void, there's no void in there, so it won't actually do a proper cut. They really are well jammed in there. It might be that they were left in from a previous one, so it actually jammed it through when you next went through with it. So just poke those out. I want a good cut on these. They are so gorgeous, so gorgeous. Yeah, the weather has been atrocious. The ladies got through okay. They said the roads were really bad. One had come from north of Norwich, so she'd had quite a trek, but her friend was local, so they came together. Just get those out of there. Still more to go. I'm sorry about this, guys. I normally count my dies back into my pack and I make sure that they're all ready to go next time because of this. You don't want to be cleaning it before you start, do you? It's the last. Oh, there's one there. Yeah, wax paper is the way to go. Next time I use this, I will grab a piece of wax paper and run it through. In fact, if you bear with a second, get rid of all my snow on here now. That can all go onto the floor and get vacuumed up tomorrow. Okay, I'm just going to grab a piece of wax paper so that you can see what I do. This is just wax paper on a roll. It's a very old packet. And all I'm going to do is take my big scissors and just cut a piece that size. Okay, just roughly cut round that. Can't have a live without some hints and tips. So this is the wax side and it's going towards the dies. Okay, now I want my piece of card and just take a piece off there. There we go, I'll take a piece off here. So this is going to be the piece that I'm going to use for cutting out the frame. Rough cut that. So now we're going to put this back on here and we're going to actually make this so that the wax will cut through the wax paper and the die itself as well. Slide the top one off. Okay, and it kind of puts a little barrier on there and it just helps release them in future when you do. Yeah, it does take a bit to clean, Joy, doesn't it? But it is a really good cut. It looks absolutely gorgeous. This is going to be my new best favourite, I think, in the spring. Depends on what we see in the next catalogue. Now these will just come out and that can be used for something. This is going to be used on another card, so I'll put that back with the packet there. These won't, obviously they'll go in the bin. I haven't got to hand, but that can go there. So then this one are images in here, and if I rub this out now with the brush, my brush, it just doesn't seem to be doing quite cutting the mustard. I think its bristles are getting a little bit worse for wear. Like I say, it has been well used lately. Okay, so this normally releases really quickly. Let's just get it started. And poke those starting edges out. Hold my breath while I do it. Sorry, I'm trying to poke that out. There we go. Once you get a starting edge there, and then the rest is just going to fall away. Okay, so like so. And in here, I will just make sure that I haven't got any piece of the wax left in there. That has taken absolutely everything out first time. So that can go back in the packet. And then here, I just peel off that wax. Okay, and then just check that there's no little bits left on there with your brush. Okay, we have the most wonderful tools to use with our dies. Just poking those last little bits out. But that should now have on the inside of that die, it should have a little coating of wax from the wax paper. That'll just help the next few just drop out quite quickly. Okay, might help if I had my mat with me as well. There we go, one there. It just spoils the look if you don't get all of these little bits out, so it's worth spending a few minutes of time, excuse me, just getting those out, making sure that they're gone. Use your little my stamps, you love them. There you go, good purchase, that one. That's from my retired stash. It is a cute little set, and they're just so nice for putting a little sentiment in the balloon, aren't they? Okie doke, I think we're there. Can you see how all those pieces are out now? No, one more there. Don't want to pierce my hand, do I? Great tip. Yes, it's I don't do it often enough, but a lot of the times the dies do just fall out. We are spoilt. That's just gone all on the floor, ready to another time. So let's bring all the bits back on again. Please tell me I haven't already shown you this one, because I know I created it for the class last week, and I don't think I have. Just that one with that set. So get my Tombow out ready. So this is the it's the Fresh Freesia colour, but it's quite dark. I think it's more like, it works really well with the Freesia, the Rich Raspberry. Sorry, just moving you in a little bit so you can see more. There you go. Sail in there. See, this is beautiful as well. It's so delicate on the back there. And that, oh, it's just such nice papers. It's hard to cover up the foil though, so I have to shine with the foil layer first. Like I say, this was similar to a card that I saw done by Rhonda over in the States, and I loved the layout, and I thought, need to play with that. Okay, so that's around all the edges. Now for our vellum layer, the vellum is just going to sit in the middle. Now, you've probably heard me say before with vellum, I'm going to get that water. Excuse me. There we go, that's what you get. I've been talking all day, haven't I? Anything you put, any adhesive that you put on vellum, you will see through. So what I've done with this, because the oval's going to cover the centre, I'm going to just take my Stampin' Seal, and plus I think, yeah, and just put some seal down the middle, okay, and adhere that in the centre. Okay, so that's just going to go in there like so. Don't worry about seeing that through, but that does kind of emphasize the fact that you can see why you can see every adhesive you put through. It's very hard to disguise it, but because this is going to have something over the top of it, then we're not going to see it. It's going to be good. So this one I'm going to put down flat onto my paper. I'll just get that out of the way. That piece of scrap paper. On the back of this one, I can dot some Tombow, but because the Vellum is a non-porous surface. It will just float on there. It'll kind of slide around a little bit. So what I do like to do is just put some little bits of this round, just to touch it, just in a few places, just to get a few little bits around there. There we go. That's stuck on some of those. I don't think it has, it's missed some. Okay, because these are in little strips on the plus, it's just lots of little strips. So I like to just put a few of those just to get those hung on there, just so there's something to adhere it. Wrap them in so they don't show on the other side. And I think we're there. There we go. So I can take that out of the way now. This is going to come in the centre. I need my tweezers, don't I? Okay, so I'm going to place this in the middle. It is going to hang off the edges a little bit. I did cut it that size last time, so I was quite pleased with that size. So that's where I've gone. A little bit of glue on there. Once that's dry, I'm going to get my rubber on there. So then I've got the middle layer here. Now this is the one we're going to place in there, and we're going to put a greeting on first. Okay, so let's grab these stamps and see what we'd like. I think this would look for festive, you see, that's why I wanted to use this one. From my spoon to yours, may this season be filled with peace and joy. 'Tis the season to be jolly. I'll have that one. There we go. I did grab some blocks here. That's lazy. Get one of those out. So plonk that on there. Now, have rich raspberry. There you go. I'm going to tap that on there. Just tap, tap, tap. Hopefully, oh, not jiggling the camera too much. I'll go slowly. There we go. And I'm going to line this up just in front of me so I can be mostly above it. Okay, hold my breath while I stamp. I don't know why. There we go. That's a lovely one there. And I might take a little piece of sponge, just to give this a haircut because it's been used on green beforehand. Evergreen. We don't want evergreen on here. Now I like to just soften the edges. So I've just taken a little piece of sponge. I do use my daubers, but I do like the sponge as well because it's a softer, it's a fluff, it fluffs it a little bit better. Okay, I find the daubers a little bit on the harder side when you want a stronger colour. Okay, so I'm just stroking it down at right angles, just around the edge there. Take some of that whiteness away from the edge. Okay. If it was video, I could fast forward, but bear with me. So demonstrators are all getting very, very busy. We are off to, a lot of the demos are off to our on-stage convention on this week. So everyone's travelling at different times. I'm going with one of my team members on Tuesday. So we start our break on Tuesday through to Sunday. So because hubby has to have the car to ferry our guests around, he's being the chauffeur to the airport, which will be nice. And then we can just chill and relax. We're going to have a couple of days there before convention starts. So really excited to see that. I know we have demos on here, so if anyone's going, just pop a little comment in there so that we know you're going to be, we'll look out for you. So I'm going to place this in the centre here. Is that straight? I need to be further above it. My eye doesn't know whether that's straight or not. I think we're not bad. Okay, there we go. I'm going to do that one up so it doesn't dry. There we go. So now for some leaves. I was going to do, I don't know whether to do the flowers again and colour them in. See, we've got some berries on here. I'm kind of thinking that some of these might just overlap those edges quite nicely. I think the colours go together good. So let's try and get some stems off here. So you know I'm a fussy cutter. Just need to get some pieces off here to do. Some coming across there. case of trying to take some of the images off. They do run into each other, these ones. So it's just taking, you can make your stems finish whenever you want to. So with these ones, I'm just going to come up here. Okay, I'm going to come around on the inside of that mistletoe leaf. I think it's mistletoe. Okay, and then we're going to just come around the edges there. Go all the way around. I just want to have some images, and just for the corner edges. I might even just put them along the bottom. Like that. Because the greens blend very easily into each other. It's hard to see where the edges are. So there's one along the bottom there. Could just put them that way, couldn't I? So a little bit of fussy cutting here. I'm going to take some of these, the white berries. Now, some of demos I've seen doing is actually colouring these berries in red to make them holly berries. But I do think they're like a mistletoe. I think they're white for that. So I'm just going to leave them as the white. And then try not to cut the stem off. There we go. So there's one of our little berries that can come in there as well. Need some bigger images. I'll cut some of these off. I only need a few, but just enough to make it so it's not looking lost. There we go. It's a bit time consuming, this, isn't it? So has everybody got their Christmas cards done? I've had my first Christmas card today. One of my friends is going back home to the States for Christmas, so she's going to be leaving, so she's given me hers today. And she says she has all her Christmas cards done. So they'll all be posted before she goes. Sadly, I'm not that far ahead. I have my swaps to finish when I come off the call now. They've been prepped for such a long while. I just had to stamp some bits, and now I've just got to finish the last bits of Stampin' Up. And then they will be ready. It's got those two pieces. I'll do this one as well. So maybe this was one I should have done on video with a fast forward button. Someone chat to me to say you're still there, so that I know you're still watching me fussy cut. People say I make it look so easy, but it is just the right tools. Our snips are second to none. Fabulous. You make light work of it. Okay, there we go. Just going to layer some of those up. In fact, I think I'm going to start putting some down flat, and then I'll put some on foam pads on top of it as I go. So I'm going to have one coming either side. Whoops, drop that. The other's still there. That's lovely. So you know me and the fussy cutting, so I'm going to take some of these. I want them just to come either side of that greeting, and then I'm going to build them up. I've got some more layers, so I'm going to just take one of those either side, so they can come over there, and then we can build them in the middle. Just get that out of the way so I can put some on the end. You see where the end of the little tail is, so that doesn't kick up. I'll leave the berries for a bit because I'll come in with them later. Then these, you see, can overlap to that middle piece. Hopefully you can see that. They can overlap there. And I will just leave that there for a sec because I'm going to take some more. I like the individual ones. Where should we go? Oh, which bit shall I take? Just trying to look at my piece of card here, my paper. Just going to hack around here to get the worst bit out. It's a nice big leaf in there. These papers are gorgeous. They really are gorgeous. I went through it last week with you, so I'm not going through again. But there's some of the floral images just to die for. The only thing you need to remember is that they are only going to be while supplies last, and they are available to customers as well now. so they are orderable. And as I said last week, as many of the images can be die cut, and then the rest of them are very easy to fussy cut. Okay, just got that off, so I've got a smaller piece. And come round here. I'm just going to... I'll see if I want to leave that berry on in a minute, but I'll go around him for now. It does, yeah, exactly. Who's that? So, sorry. You've got a few Christmas cards. Well done, Susan. I've got ones that I've made as samples to show people and ones that I've done on here. But I haven't actually done a mass create yet. The days just seem to disappear. By the time we come back from Vienna, it'll be middle of the month. And it won't be long before November's over, and we'll be back in December, and then Christmas will be gone. So I always say it's the same day every year, 25th of December. But hey, we always seem to get... I don't like that one on there. I'm going to take that off. We always seem to get behind, don't we, that time of year. So I'm going to put a couple there, that one and the other one that I've knocked out of the way, that one there. Just want to make a little, like a mini wreath really, I suppose, like so. So I'm going to stick those two both on foam pads. We'll come back to that one and decide whether we want him later. So I've got a big one on there, some couple of little ones. Have a little one on the end. I can hear voices next door. Hopefully no one can hear on here. There we go. So I'm going to put the big one down first. The little one can always tuck in behind it. Okay, so this one here, I don't want to cover up the detail, but I kind of want to come around the edge of the jolly there. Like so. And it'll give it dimension. And then this one. You can tuck in the mistletoe after. I like that one tucked behind actually. Okay, still. Where shall we go with him? Yes, just give him a bit of shape there, and then we'll pop that there. And we can have another one. That one can be popping out behind there, so he can have a little piece of dimensional on. And a little bit of Tombow just on the tail. So where these berries are, the mini dimensionals fit on there just nicely. One can come under there. Because he's on 3D pads, he's going to just have some little bit of shaping underneath there. I hope you can see that. And this last one here, do the same with him. Oh, sticking to my hands. A little bit of Tombow. Like that. I'm going to put this one just again on the corner there. There we go. So some little bits of mistletoe on there as well. And there we go. Now, wouldn't be right not to have any gems on there, would there? There are some nice ferns actually in the set. I've just looked over there, and of course, because I haven't used them yet, there's actually some nice fernery in fernery. Is that a word? Just made it up if that is. So these ones here, they're quite nice. They could be quite nice. They could actually make, I can see that making a wreath and going around the full circle. So that's another project. So I'll leave those for now. And I'm just looking for my gems. Here we go. So let's see what we've got in here. These are my go-tos at the moment. These ones here, these festive pearls. They are so gorgeous. I think these mint ones are going to be really nice. They come in gold, silver, a mint green, and the red. These are going to pick through the hues of the leaves on here. Just stuck to my nail. Just put a few of those on. third, haven't we? 1, 2. Where shall I put that? Just randomly put that one in there. Really like those pearls. Okay. So we've been using those today. They've been really good. Just going to say, if you had any hand grip problems, these tweezers, oh yeah, absolutely. Great way so many to marry these different. Yes, it's not a Christmas set. It's Splendid Day that came out. I think that was in the spring. But it's really, I just really like it. And who says purple can't be, rich raspberry can't be for Christmas? Okay. There's just that little mark there. I'll take that off when that's fully dry. I'll just get my, in fact, it might be dry now. Just get my eraser on that. Hopefully that's going to come off. It's not the glue underneath, it's just a mark on the front. There you go, and it's gone. There you go, lovely and clean. Okay, so the fluffy edges just brought it in a little bit. Otherwise, I find there's too much white. I don't like too much white on there. Yeah, love that one. And if I bring it back for the daytime with any occasion one, got the thank you one. So it's exactly the same style. Oh, and I have got my twine. Good job I brought that on to see what I did here. That is a bow, but it's got a bit curly. It's got to be silver. Can't put gold on there. So just get the end on here. This is a new roll, so I've got to find where the end is. It's in there somewhere. Oh. Who knew that could be so much hassle? Look. In fact, I think that's a join. That's not the end. Oh. I've never had one that's so much hassle to get into. Oh dear. It's tucked, the end is tucked in there somewhere. What's this one? This is a bit loose. Oh dear. Well, what do we do? It's got to be, it's very well hidden. The ends get pushed in. Anybody else had this problem? It's got to be one of these outer layers. Could that be it? There we go. That's a bit better. So, bunny ears. Loop in my right hand. That's just off camera there, look. Loop in my right hand, loop in my left hand, cross them over and use this middle finger just to push it through the middle. I call it like your tiniest shoes when you're at primary school. Okay, and you pull the ends in. Okay, pull it tight, check your loops, pull them down. I use this finger under here to pull that other one down while they're both together. And there we go, as long as it's nice and tight. Okay, and then just trim those tails. And then I use a glue dot, a little mini glue dot, to rub up make a little sausage. That's the last one on there. Tear them off. So I then use my tweezers and just roll that glue dot along with the flat edge of my tweezers, take it off and decide where I want to put the bow. So I don't want to have it in those or at the bottom. I think this is going to go well at the top, so I'm going to put that on there, like so. And lift off my tweezers. And then that little sausage that I've made with the glue dot is going to sit right in the middle there. Okay. Press it down nicely. Your tweezers or your bone folder. Just press on it. So it sinks into the glue dot. Okay, so these tails, you can leave them wild if you like, or you can just tailor them a little bit. Take the ends off. There we go. So there's these two different sizes, two different colourways. One for a thank you card, and then one for Christmas, but exactly the same layout. I love using layouts for cards. Oh, thanks, Joy. That's good. What rubber do you have? That rubber is our, this was an adhesive rubber that Stampin' Up used to do years ago. And it does, obviously, when you rub the glue off, it gets all the corners get a bit bit dark, but you can cut those off and then keep going. I've found though that a nice good quality soft rubber will work the same way. I don't have it with me. This is a soft one. I've got a telescopic one. I'll try and remember to bring it next week. I keep it in my pencil case with my office pens, but it's a telescopic one. So the rubber is soft, but it's up the barrel, and you just click it like you do a propelling pencil, and that comes out. But that actually leaves the no mark on here. It's nice and clean because it's not been against anything else. Okay, so I'll take a photo of those and post that up in the group. I'll do that straight away because I am bad at doing that, you know that. So just take this off here and bring you across back to me. Okie doke. Enjoy Venice. I know, it's going to be lovely. Venice? No, Vienna. Let's say Venice is the other way. Yeah, Vienna. So it's going to be good, really good. Be nice to see everybody. Okay. So thanks for joining me, and this set is new. It is available to order, fitting florets. I'm sure there's a lot of demos on here anyway, so you all know about it. There's a few customers, a couple of customers. So there we go. If you're interested, then you know where to contact me, and I will see you again on Wednesday. No, I won't see Wednesday. Wednesday will be away. So Wednesday, if I can, I might just get a quick live in there and see what we can do. So yes, watch this space. We'll see what happens, and then Sunday I should be might be home in time, just about. I'll keep you posted because I'll post on the page anyway, so you know where I'm up to. Okay. Anyway, I've rambled for a little while. Lovely. Oh, thanks, Claire. It's good. Anyway, I will see you soon, and I'll